Hello, welcome to the Enginerdy Show.
Say it.
This is Mr. Fold.
I'm St. Jimmy,
I'm DVD.
the bearded.
No, I'm not.
No, I am.
Oh.
I'm gonna
What's he
shave
call these beards?
this weekend. So.
Like sweet mini beards?
Those
Pup-
are
puppy beards?
sideburns.
Puppy beards.
Sideburns. Kitten beards.
No. I'm a man.
Oh man.
I'm a man.
What do you think? Our fake sponsor this week is the Cellophone. Play with your orchestra without leaving your house.
So are you calling it now?
Cellophone.
That's a good idea. Nothing.
So we have a new website.
Oh, good.
It's theengineerdyshow.com.
.com.
No,
Not
just the Engineerdy
dot.
Show.
Enginerdy dot.
No.
Show.
The com.
Enginerdy.
Enginerdy show com. No, it's the Enginerdy Show .com.
Dot com.
The is capitalized.
Does it matter?
It's just H. So it's
No.
T he.
Is the G capitalized?
G-U.
No.
Oh, good. That'd be weird.
Capitalize the dot.
You can also get to it through Facebook and Twitter, just like
Normal.
Normal.
It's
Like that?
actually the same website. I just gave it a new domain.
Domain.
Name. No,
Domain.
It's the same one
like
as the
chow
one
mein,
with
but
the
domain.
stupid name. So if you try to go to the stupid name one, it will automatically send you to the good
Oh.
one.
Good.
Good. I didn't even
Now I
get
can
so,
tell people our website again.
except for it's wrong on the cards again.
Yes. Now
So
You can just
all
write it
our
in.
business cards are wrong.
You
just
can
write
write
the-
it in.
Okay, I'll get my pen
I got-
out and
Well,
my
maybe
box.
we could get a stamp.
I got an in-person request to
It just
get
says
the engineered letter
Oh, who is
on my
that?
desk.
So you're gonna give it to them manually?
No, I emailed it to him. He gave me his email address
Oh.
without signing up to the website.
That's cheating. Well, now he can go to the website, but we don't have a thing on there.
Should it be
for
nice to
doing-
send them all the backlog?
Only if you feel like you.
I guess I need to put a thing on the new website for subscribing
Yeah.
to the nerd letter.
That would be great.
I don't know how to do
It's
that.
great.
I'll figure it out.
T-Viddy did it before, so I don't know.
So what are you saying? If she can do it, I can do it?
Yeah.
No, he's saying if she could do it, then there may be a chance that you might go figure it out.
Okay.
It's a long shot.
We'll figure it out. The other thing we need to do is get.
You can just put my email address on there, my engineering show email address, and have them email me when they want to get it.
You have an Enginerdy Show email address?
Don't we?
We have an Engineerdy Show
Just
email
put,
address.
yeah, just put a link that you click on it and opens up a new email or mail thing that is
Has your-
auto-filled with.
Personal email.
No,
You want them sent to the show
because
email?
I email the newsletter from our Gmail for the show.
Oh.
And I'm nice. I blind carbon copy everybody so no one can get anyone else's email address.
Oh.
It's a
Alright.
smart way to do it.
So he wants me to put his personal email on there, and his work email.
Just not my female.
No. I think we should.
Would that be like if it costs money? Would that be called female?
Yeah.
There you go. It's expensive.
Just like normal female.
Depends on what female you get.
Maybe you could get one that makes you money.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Engineering show does not condone prostitution
Check your
Or-
local listings.
or prostitution.
You can dress like Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
So I
Oh, no.
was thinking we should come up with a cool, like, small, not
We've
necessarily
discussed
small, but a
Logos
logo,
before, and we've
something compact that could go on
I've-
like a T-shirt.
tried, and I can get good ones.
That's why I was asking the video.
I have the
Oh,
gear,
okay,
I have
good.
that gear one, but it might be too much.
Geary?
It'd be good on the back of a t-shirt, like big, but I don't know. Have you seen it?
No.
Have you seen it?
I'll see it.
Tell me, have you seen
Have you
it?
seen it? Anyways,
Oh, I have a nerd cred.
something we could think of.
We're not there yet.
That's where the Millennium Falcon Enterprise mashup came from.
I'm putting the Millennium Falcon as the Sasha section of Enterprise,
Uh-huh.
with the Battlestar Galactica as the nacelle.
Uh-huh.
Not doing that actually.
Okay, good.
The second part.
Just the first part.
The giant vacuum space station from Spaceballs.
That'd be good. I was thinking of putting like lightsabers for themselves. I don't know.
Zoom.
Interesting. So I've been doing a lot of pruning.
How do you? Like eating prunes or?
Making
We
and
prune the
eating
hedges of many small villages.
Well, I haven't been doing that kind of
Oh.
See, now I picture when I hear pruning the hedges, I picture people like wiring up little prunes onto a hedge.
Oh.
Actually, I did prune some bushes.
That'd be deep pruning them, right?
Well, they didn't have prunes. I
Oh.
verb pruned them. And then I made
Gotcha.
some prunes. And then I ate enough that it made my tongue sore.
I'm so dehydrated when I eat plums, they turn into prunes.
Well,
That's how it works.
I'm so hydrated when I eat prunes, they turn into plums.
Mine turn into raisins. Why is there prune juice without raisin juice?
is it prune
Have you ever
juice
tried to
just
get
plum
juice out of a raisin?
It should be just plum juice, right? Right?
What? Why is it prune juice?
We need to talk to
Because
Michael Jordan.
prunes are dehydrated. So are they
Have-
saying that's
Maybe
the
they're not
juice
entirely
liquid
dehydrated.
out of it?
They're not. They're a little more hydrated than like. If they're bigger, it's hard to get all the stuff out.
Yeah, but is prune juice the liquid that was in the plum?
I have no idea.
That
This
works.
is
That's
beyond
just
my pay
plum
grade.
crazy.
I think it should be plum juice.
Well, you can call it that.
All right,
Oh, I
I'm
just
calling
thought
it
of another
Prune
word.
Coalition.
Is there a prune coalition?
I have no idea. But so I have this dehydrator thing. It's got basically a fan in the bottom and a heating element, and it blows it up through the trays and out the top. Well, it overheated.
Yes.
I took it apart, and there's a thermal fuse in there that was blown.
Oh.
Oh.
I could not find one online.
Did you make one?
No. Well, the thing is, it comes with 4 trays, and it says, oh, you can use up to 8 trays with it. So then I was like, well, if we bought another one, they're not that expensive, then we would still have the trays from the first one, and then I wouldn't have to spend like $8 to $12 on buying a new thermal fuse, which I couldn't even find one with the right temperature, and fix it myself.
Is that what Princess Leia had when she threatened
No,
Jabba?
that was a thermal detonator.
Oh.
It
So
detonates,
close.
That's what you attach the fuse to.
It detonates thermals
Gotcha.
somehow.
I had to
So like
download
when
a
you're
drawing viewer.
when you're hang gliding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Grenade propelled hang gliding.
That's like they're trying to design a spaceship that's propelled by nuclear blasts.
Yeah,
Underneath it.
that was stupid. They're actually still talking about it.
Only if you take off from like North Korea or something.
Well, you don't start using that propulsion until you're already out in space.
Oh, okay.
You have to get off the ground.
Well, then it's
Oh, that's not
so
what I
bad.
heard. I thought that was.
Well, the new one, the one that they were talking
It's
about
better
back
than
in
the
the
spaceship powered by
50s.
flatulence.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Then if the battery goes dead, you have to get a jump fart. I stole that joke from the cable guy. From what I'm going to talk about later.
Oh, okay.
I just want to give him credit.
So I loaned your son Zoc the Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh, I thought
You did, and he had 8 or 9 of his friends come over to watch them.
Wow, how do people have that many friends?
Yeah, especially Zoc.
Yeah, he had lots of friends. These are just some of them. This is a small subset of his normal friends, or his group of friends, his domain of friends. Anyway, so I wanted to complain because he does marathons in quotes. I'm going to say
Movie
all the time.
marathons,
Right.
not running marathons.
No.
If you've seen him, you'd understand why.
Sleeping marathons I can understand.
So Lord of the
Drink
Rings.
that,
What?
You can drink
the
this.
full Mountain Dew.
The
I was
pork,
gonna
it's
drink it later.
Mama Bird pork chops, yeah, you can drink it.
You don't have to. I'm just feeling really
Oh,
tired.
or did you want the Wampa milk?
Because TV is going to make a delivery of food to me here at some point.
Oh, and you can have her get you
I'll let her
another.
give me another one.
I didn't think I would need one.
I'll have one of the kids do me a favor.
Thank you.
Did
I
you,
got him trained.
did you see the basic instructions webcomic?
I haven't been watching that recently. Reading that one.
Well, it's over, right?
Yeah, but he's been
Re-uploading.
Oh,
re-uploading
yes?
with like interesting commentary on each one. Well, he had the one recently where he was making the bathtub do, and it shows him standing in rubber boots in the bathtub, and and he's like, "What? I rinsed it out first." And his wife's like, "That's not what makes it dirty."
So anyway, he is bad at these. If you have 3 movies to watch, they only watch the 3 movies. They didn't watch the Hobbit movies. How long should that take? They're extended
12
edition,
hours?
so
Go
taking
to that-
like 3.5 hours each, right?
Go to that website and I'll tell you.
Right. So you're talking 10 hours.
At least.
It shouldn't take like 19
4
hours. They like take breaks, and it's like, what are you guys doing? Are you doing a marathon? Are you done yet? They're like, no, we're taking a break. I was like, why are you taking a break? Spot there. I was like, come on, man up. Pre-plan. Get the room as cold as you can before you start. I don't know. Then
Put your feet in buckets of ice water.
yeah. Anyway, they're doing it wrong. I think.
Yes.
Man up and just watch all the movies. Otherwise, it's not a
You're
marathon.
weak.
If you're watching the marathon on TV, can they take a break? Is there like a couch halfway they can just chill?
They have commercials.
Play an episode of Little
Do
House on the
not.
Prairie in
They do
between.
sometimes.
What are you watching as commercials?
Live TV.
So here's the logo. I had to download an AutoCAD
It
viewer.
looks like a person.
Put
a face in the
But I had,
background.
I had like our faces in. Where did I have our faces? In the middle, maybe. And I had in the outside ones. I had. I'm not sure why they're not all in there.
They're not
Anyway.
equally spaced.
What are
The gears.
turn layers on? Nope, cancel.
This is great.
We're
Pop.
talking about our
Anyway.
logo again.
I had pictures, and some
Okay.
of them relating to what our segments were.
So could we make a smaller version that's maybe just like 1 or 2 gears that are shaped in E?
Yeah, we probably do that.
I don't know what I mean by that, but
I don't either.
so what's that new device you're holding in your hand?
This is my new cell phone. that I
What?
got.
What's
It's
a
a
cell phone?
Google Pixel phone.
Okay, didn't
Which-
we reveal that on the show years ago
Years ago.
when they
Review it?
first? Yeah, when they first were talking about coming out with a phone.
Yeah, probably. I had a Nexus 5, which was a previous Google phone. Well, a couple previous ones. Sorry.
Oh, so it has the Google operating system. It's not Android.
Well, Android is the Google operating
Oh,
system.
okay. Yeah, you're right. What was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking of Windows.
It's a 128 gig one.
Wow,
It's crazy
Amazing.
fast.
Oh.
That's how much onboard memory it has,
Oh,
that's a lot.
which is 4 times more than my previous phone.
wow.
This plan we got has unlimited internet, so now I can listen to Pandora when I'm driving my car through my stereo.
Cool.
I haven't tried to see if I can do video yet with my DEC receiver. But that'd be cool too.
What, you want to
Interesting.
watch movies while you drive?
But
to
it's
the
really
road?
nice to not have
Yeah.
to worry about overgoing our data limits, whatever.
Yeah.
It's already costing a bunch, but just even though it might be a little bit more because we're paying monthly on the phones.
Yeah.
You don't have that stress of knowing if you use it less, you'll pay less.
Well, so when we get close to our data limit,
This is part of the logo.
I've never gotten close to my data limit.
well, when we do, they say you're going to go over. If you go over, it's $15, or you can switch up to the next bigger plan, and it's $20. Like, just go over.
Well, the one we were on, you paid what you used,
Right.
so
That's how my phone is.
it was almost getting to the point that it was as expensive as our new plan was,
Oh.
just with overage or
Yeah,
however much we're
I'm the
using.
only one on my team plan, and I always get the minimum.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was Ting that we had. Although we're having difficulty right now, I can't receive phone calls through my new phone. I think it's because our
I
Ting
don't
is still
think you
active.
can call it a phone anymore.
I can call people,
Oh, okay.
and I can get text messages and emails.
Did you have a problem getting your number switched over?
Maybe that's what the problem is. Our Ting account is still active because we got new phones for TV and I. She got the new iPhone 7. But the kids we bought on Amazon, or one of them on Newegg. So we're still waiting for those to come in so we can just cancel Ting and swap those numbers over. So maybe that's the issue, is Ting is still active. So I should probably have my old phone on me, but I don't. It's just assuming people
Oh,
aren't
that's why we
calling me.
can't get a hold of you.
Yes. I did see your text message earlier, but
Oh.
not when it came in.
Oh,
because I was football practicing.
I've given up on trying to reach you by phone a long time ago.
now he uses carrier pigeon.
Yeah, I just drive here.
Okay, that works.
Let's see.
If people in my family, I'm the most likely to have my phone on me.
That's true.
But it's like
Well,
a
I
week
think
vacation. And
The
no one can call
last
me.
time I just drove over here because nobody would answer their phone, you weren't home or something. You were still at work, so
Yeah, I wouldn't have my phone then.
and calling you wouldn't have helped because it was
Exactly.
your kid that I was trying to get hold of to babysit. For me.
Oh yes.
I wasn't trying to babysit him,
I would hope not. He's 16.
so I just showed up and said, "Hey, you want to babysit? Sure. All right, let's go."
I'm usually not doing anything anyways if
Yeah.
you're here.
That's what I figured.
I went to the beach last weekend.
Cool.
The water was very, very, very cold.
So the beach
Yes.
near here.
When we went
Yes.
to the beach a while ago, it was really cold too.
I
A couple weeks ago.
went
Oh, we were at the
in
beach together.
just above the knee. I would not go any further than that because, you know,
Yeah.
you get to a certain depth and certain things get cold.
Hey, I was body surfing 2 days in a row
That's true.
on the Oregon coast.
I think I'm too old now. I'm 40. I don't want to do it.
you could do it.
My
It was fun.
son got all the way in the
Cold.
water.
Is he 40?
No,
Oh.
Almost.
16.
Oh, that's different.
And so there was a crab that was probably 8 or 9 inches across,
Was it Mr. Crab?
just like 20 feet off the shore in the water.
Was he trying to sell you a Krabby Patty?
No, but
Was it dollar whale?
my son almost thought about trying to catch it, and it's like that's not a good idea.
Tell him to read the Dark Tower series, first book.
Second book,
Second book.
The Drawing of the Three.
It's been too long since I've read them. Much too long.
I'm reading that one right now.
I'm reading
So-
number 5.
Can you text me the last sentence of the last book, please?
Not right now.
No, when we get home.
Maybe.
Because
Spoilers.
If I remember.
somebody said to read that, and then the movie will make more sense.
I
Something
remember
about
what it
porn.
said.
That was Brian. Told me that.
Well, for nerdiculture, should we just jump into it?
Let's do it. I think we're done banter.
Nerdiculture. Now, 2 years ago,
We have a new thing that it wasn't talking about?
No,
Oh.
that was totally spontaneous.
2 years ago, we did a nerdiculture on the Dark Tower series. Well, we're going to revisit it since the movie's out.
Which
I totally
only you
remember
have
that.
Seen.
Well, I did a search. I thought, have I talked about this before? And so I did a search in our show notes. And
That's the
found it.
nice thing about having your show notes all in one document.
Yes.
Well, after episode 65 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
I'm guessing by the
episode
title.
140 something. We talked about the Dark Tower.
Wow, that was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy that that's almost 2 years ago.
Anyway, if you're not familiar, The Dark Tower is a series of books written by Stephen King over the course of a few decades.
It's basically his big epic tale
Of Cujo.
that he wanted.
No.
He'd been wanting to write ever since he read Lord of the Rings.
Right, so Lord of the Rings was kind of an influence. He wanted to do some kind of fantasy, but he thought the whole, dwarves and elves thing was overdone.
Yeah.
And then another thing that was inspiration for this series was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh.
Which I watched recently.
It's on Amazon right now.
Yeah, it's really good.
And there was
Yeah.
another one
And
that
the-
influenced him, but I'm drawing a blank on what it was.
Was it me?
No, it was not you.
Wizard of Oz.
No.
There's some
Alice
bad
in
in there.
Wonderland.
No.
Oh, that was it.
Malice in Wonderland?
Malice in Wonderland.
No.
It was Mary Poppins.
No. I don't think we should just
The
sit
original
here
Mickey
and,
Mouse?
and
video?
guess until it
Oh.
sounds familiar to me.
Tugboat Timmy or whatever?
Well, the first book, The Gunslinger, was kind of based on a poem you had to read.
The child rolling to the dark tower comes or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And he wrote
Roland?
that one a long
So we
time
got the name
before the
Roland?
rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Gunslinger book, the first book in the series, actually started as like 4 or 5, maybe it was 5 short stories that he wrote over a period of time, and then he combined them together,
That's
Make-
how I write books.
one cohesive the book. Well, then he went back a couple decades later, and after he'd finished writing some of the other books, and fixed the Gunslinger so it would match up more with the continuity of the other books. Well, I discovered, because I just read the Gunslinger recently, right before I went and saw the movie. I didn't read the whole thing before I saw the movie, but I read most of it. And then I realized that I have the one that before he went back and I have the edition before the one that he went back and fixed all the continuity errors.
Oh.
So
I wonder which one I have. Mine's probably the newer one.
could be.
Because I think it came in a set.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I
it
just
was.
randomly bought this at some used bookstore.
Mm. So you have an OG
I
copy.
wonder how different it is.
You should have get two
Well,
of
I
them
looked on
highlight.
Wikipedia and it has a list of the changes that are in there.
Mm-hmm.
The one I have has way more references to Earth,
Earth,
and I guess
wind,
he
fire.
took a lot of those references out to make it ambiguous as to where the setting
Oh,
was.
smart.
Oh.
Also,
That's a good way to eliminate a lot of continuity errors. What's not what Earth really is?
he changed one part when he's in the town, and
I need to read
in the
these books.
book I've got, he shoots the girl that he'd been staying with while he was in the town.
Mm-hmm.
In the revised edition, she begs him to shoot her.
He
But
was
in the
soft on
version
it?
I read, he just totally plugged her.
So he totally Han didn't shoot first. His own novel.
Something
Okay, so I
like that.
definitely have the new one.
Okay.
He shoots, well, it's kind of a spoiler, but he shoots everybody,
Right.
not just her. Thank you.
Can you give me I gave my Mountain Dew away. Can you give me or have someone bring a Mountain Dew to me? Thank you. You're awesome. Did you? Oh, two, I guess.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Full
Neil
ones.
wants two. I mean, Mr. Pole.
And Mr. Pole.
I feel full.
I'm trying to think of what some of the other differences were.
This is a good pod here.
I know. While you eat your tater tots.
Tots of the tater variety. Should give me a lot too. Holy cow.
Yeah, well,
Go on.
Yes.
they are in our family tradition.
Ooh, hot.
Go
All
on.
right. So
They're hot.
There. Hot, hot, hot.
I think my favorite is the one I'm reading right now, which is the fifth one,
Wolves Kala.
Wolves of
Wolves of the Kala.
Kala.
And then maybe the third one with the train,
The train
Wasteland.
the wasteland.
with wheels. Train wheels.
Now, wasn't there a large
Which better?
gap in the books after the Wastelands? I
Somebody
remember
wrote him? Yeah, there was one that people were waiting forever for his last book.
because I remember talking to Colleen, friend of the show, listener, sometime listener of the show, and she said that she was one of those people that was waiting forever
yeah.
for the next book because it kind of ends on a cliffhanger.
I'm still waiting for the end of what's the cell phone one?
Cell?
Yes. I feel like he got bored of that and just stopped.
It didn't end. But it could have gone. It could have had a sequel, maybe, or another chapter,
Or sold it to a TV studio.
maybe.
So the Dark Tower series was kind of a combination of horror, science fiction, fantasy, and western, all rolled into one.
Combine that into one word, please.
What? Sci-fi, fantasy, horror, western. I don't know. Does that work?
West horror.
Let's not.
Almost got a spit take.
I was.
For West to Sea.
Almost got me to shoot a tater tot out of my nose.
Whoa, that would be impressive.
And West Sea horror be better.
So the stories revolve around the gunslinger, who is pretty ancient, right?
Yeah.
That was another change they made in the books, was in the gunslinger book. Because in the gunslinger book, it like the original one before you updated it, there were time clues that made him seem not as ancient as he seems in other stories. But
I always picture that guy with the really bushy mustache and the deep voice. That's He was in Roadhouse. Does the Ford commercials.
Hmm.
What's his name?
For the gunslinger? I
Yeah,
always pictured like
that's
Clint
what I
Eastwood.
pictured.
I think he's supposed to be more like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Okay, Google. What a DVD picture. I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness. So another thing about the Dark Tower series is he's got a lot of tie-ins with his other novels.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll have characters show up that were in other books in his Dark Tower books. He's also got himself in the book,
Yeah.
which I think is
Towards
pretty
the
cool.
end.
I don't think I would get away with that, or many authors could get away with that because it might seem tacky, but Stephen King can get away with it.
Well, and leading up towards the end part where he's in it, there's a lot of reference to, worlds that are like stories and
Mhm.
stuff like that. And I think
Sam Elliott. That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
There's a picture of him.
Oh yeah, he's in that new Netflix show with Ashton Kutcher.
The Ranch.
He's the dad.
I didn't know Ashton Kutcher was in there.
Yeah, he's the son. So I went and saw the Dark Tower movie.
I want to see it.
I'm trying not to spoil it too much, but Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey are awesome in the roles that they're in. So Idris Elba plays the gunslinger, and Matthew McConaughey plays the Man in Black, and he does evil really well.
We don't get to see him doing that very often.
Yeah,
There's just those commercials for the car commercials.
Mm-hmm.
he's pretty evil in those.
Yeah. He was also in the what was that recent movie with the Civil War?
Rain of Fire.
No.
Really good in that.
I can't
Oh,
remember what
yeah.
it's called now.
I know what you're talking about. It's about this Civil War, not like the Iron Man one or whatever.
Right. No, the actual historic Civil War.
Of the United
It was
States.
somebody's town or something, right? It was
Yeah, he's like hiding out in the swamp with a
Yeah.
bunch of.
they end up taking over a whole city
Mm-hmm.
and getting attacked by the South themselves.
Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Right now, one of our listeners is yelling out there.
Yes. Yell louder, I can't hear you.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm eating all your tater tots.
This is just my dinner.
I'll stop.
Well,
Anyway,
tater tots are kind of in our blood.
so
You're eating a lot of tater tots up there in your blood.
the movie is a sequel to the book series,
So I didn't know that.
but it takes there's a lot of influence in the movie from the gunslinger. One of his most recent books, Through the Keyhole or something. Wind Through the Keyhole or something like that. I guess there's elements of that in there, even though I haven't read that one. But if you're going in hoping to see a direct adaptation of the Dark
wasn't
Tower
coming.
books, no, you're not going to get that.
That's why I'm glad I don't remember enough of it.
You'll get the
It's so
feel of it
Uh-huh.
through the movie. And if you've read this book series, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. But
And your fiance saw it, and she's never read the books, and she said it was good.
yes,
So even if you
Wow.
haven't read the books, you should still go see it.
Yep.
If you're into
now
or West Sea.
it's a movie you should pay attention during the movie though, because a lot of the backstory concepts are just like one line here and there that maybe I guess you can enjoy the film without understanding the mythology that it's referencing in those small lines, throwaway lines. But there's also a lot of Easter eggs. So look for other things that relate to other works that Stephen King has written. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
One of the cool things, so in The Gunslinger, he talks about gunslinger tricks that he has with his gun, and there's a lot of cool tricks that he does in the movie with loading his gun, and it's kind of cool to see some of those things brought to life that they don't really explain or describe in the book. But when you see it on the screen, you're like, oh, that must be what he's talking about.
So is Stephen King involved, like executive producing it all, or?
I'm not sure how much involvement he had, but one of the producers was Ron Howard, I think.
Well, I'm excited to see it. Maybe I'll be able to see it next week.
See, maybe tomorrow night, but it'd have to be like at late, like 10 o'clock or something.
Well, I have house guests right now,
Oh.
so they could babysit.
Well,
The best time I like going to movies is the first showing on Saturday, because it's usually empty, pretty empty.
Well, it's not called the Gun Center.
Well, I might have other plans Saturdays.
But I
Don't
mean,
have
for
plans.
St. Jimmy.
Although that was before I found out we're having house guests, so I'll have to talk to them.
I
TV.
wouldn't mind going again if you want, unless your
If I'm going,
wife
I'll be
doesn't wanna
going.
go.
I'll be going
My
by
wife
myself.
definitely wants to go.
Oh,
So if you want to go with me when I go, so I'm going to go by myself probably.
Oh, when's that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
If you want to look at maybe the Saturday first viewing, I might be interested in that. Or if you don't mind doing
First
it like
viewing
tomorrow.
is like 10 to 11, sometime in there.
So
the
Stephen
local-
King is listed as a producer.
Oh, good. That means that they've got his opinion.
Yeah. So I went to the theater. So where my house is, I'm like halfway between two theaters. I went to the one that's south that has the nice
Oh, the
reclining
nice
seats.
seats.
Yes.
That's a good
I
one.
figured it's the same distance as the other one. It's pretty much the exact
It's way
same cost,
nicer.
and it's way nicer. So
Yeah.
I might actually hit that one up. Because a movie like this, I want to see it comfortable and really
Reclining.
awesome.
yeah, let me know. I'd be interested.
So I
in
was looking
doing
at
it
the
again.
seat that Zoc had when we went and saw Spider-Man there, and his seat was broken.
Oh
So-
no.
It did get poor reviews.
Well, I don't understand it.
It's because you have to think, and it's not just handed to you. It's got different layers.
sense. The story doesn't make any sense. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Why? I'm
Where
not
does
going
it
to watch
show
The Conjuring.
reviews?
There's no way.
It looks funny.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Anyway, the
Oh, it's got 6 out of 10 on here.
yeah.
What's the Rotten Tomato score?
I don't know. Does it show it on here?
So I think some people are upset that
Metascore
it's
is
not
34.
more true to the book.
Oh.
Some others are upset because they don't understand the mythology behind it.
Rotten Tomato score for The Dark Tower.
Well, I can't wait to see it.
So I've been reading that
18%.
What?
yeah,
On Tomato Meter. That's from their what are they
The
called?
critics. Yes.
Audience score is 61%.
No,
Yeah.
those critics are dumb.
Yeah, critics are stupid.
It probably didn't have a political enough message to it.
So the next book, or next movie, will probably carry an R rating, and I think it might cover events from, or similar to the second book and third book, maybe.
Oh, so they are going to continue it.
Yeah, there is going to be more movies.
Cool.
At least they're planning to have more movies, unless
So
the
this-
critics. Give
Well,
us
this
a-
is more like the reboot of Star Trek, how it relates to the original
With having the
movies.
same characters, but different.
Right. Same characters, slightly
They're doing
different
different
events.
things, but some of the same stuff is happening. There's parallels between the movie and the books, so
Right. Cool.
and you can really tell. So at one point, J.J. Abrams was involved in producing the movie, and he was going to have Carlton Cuse and Damon Lindelof help write it because they're both huge Stephen King fans.
Oh,
And if you watch Lost, there's They put a lot
Yeah.
of parallels in there with the Dark Tower,
Oh,
especially.
Yeah, I think Lost fits quite well into this
Yes.
King type
yeah.
Westy horsey.
Eventually, Damon Lindelof made comments that he liked the Dark Tower series too much. He didn't feel like he could do the right justice. He said he'd love to see a movie made of that,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't feel right doing it himself.
I would love to see an HBO take the book, make that into screenplays
Yeah.
series.
Well, whenever
Go
I'm
so
reading,
in-depth into it, it's just like the books. That'd be awesome.
when I'm reading, I'm imagining what it would look like as a series.
When I write my books I've written, I try to picture it like I would a movie and try to describe that way.
So I finished The Gunslinger. I've been reading the Drawing of the Three, which is the second book in the Dark Tower series. And I remembered that I liked the series.
Yeah.
But rereading it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
Did they cast the boy well? Or what's his name?
Jake.
Jake.
Yeah, it seemed pretty good. That's another difference between the Gunslinger book I have and the revised one is Jake's younger in the book I've got,
Oh.
like a few years younger.
Well,
Okay.
if you want to read the newer version, I have it.
Maybe
Eventually.
I'm fine.
Can
Yeah.
you send it to my Kindle?
No.
Oh.
Maybe when we're both done reading it this time, we can swap Gunslinger books.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe I should send it for Audible and just get the Audible version.
It
So
has nothing to do with what
I
we're
mentioned
talking
to
about.
somebody that I was reading this book, and they're like, "Oh,
What? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about? Having
No,
someone
with
else read
what
the book to me?
we were just talking about.
they're like, oh, what are you reading it on? On my paperback? Because
Like, oh, is
I
that a
like-
new device?
yeah, I like having the physical paperback. I've got the
Oh.
first three in paperback.
Oh.
So
I like electronic reading now.
I do both.
It hurts less when I fall asleep while reading and have the Kindle fall on my face. And
I have a
that
paperback.
hurts less than a paperback.
oh, you're reading paperbacks.
Yes.
I have a paperback that I read at home, and then I have an electronic book.
So I did wake
read.
myself up once when I fell asleep and hit myself in the face with my hardcover or something.
Under the dome. It's like this thick.
Yeah.
Right in the dome.
I
Right in
like
the
to fall
dome.
asleep during that book, though. Just kidding. Have you read that one?
No,
I have it. It's really
I have
good.
it too.
is it good?
It is good.
Is it better than the TV show?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Or I might need to borrow it from one of y'all. When y'all.
In fact, I read it when I was in Maine,
Weird.
Ooh.
and after I
Don't read
finished
Cujo.
reading it,
Wait for you to-
after I finished reading it, I drove to the town that it was supposedly based on in Maine.
Now, the best part of the TV show, bar none, is when the cow gets cut in half.
Yes.
Yes, that
That
was
is really
cool.
cool. They showed that in the previews, though.
Yeah,
It was really
I didn't make it to the second season.
I didn't make it through the first one,
I
so
didn't make it through the first one either.
It
It's
got,
just like,
the TV series got pretty convoluted.
that don't seem very. I don't know. There's too much like, oh, look at the teenagers doing their teenage thing.
But it was funny when I was driving past the city limits for this
You get
town.
scared?
I was like, I hope the dome doesn't come down while I'm in here. But it was cool driving down Main Street. I'm like, oh, that's what that building. Okay, yeah, there's the car dealership. And it was pretty cool.
Interesting.
And that's the nerdiculture.
all
Excellent.
right.
Next up is technology.
So, Facebook is going to launch a new way to watch TV through their service.
Oh, for those just listening, I rolled my eyes.
Yeah. So they've already been doing embedded videos in their page. I probably should have picked a different one since I don't use Facebook much, but it looked
Correct you.
interesting. But part of the deal is they have video ads also. And so what they were doing is if you watched a video ad for 3 seconds, then they got paid 3 seconds or more, then they got paid for that ad
Do people put the video up?
to whoever's ad it is.
Oh,
Pays Facebook for embedding the ad in your stream or whatever you look at when you're looking at Facebook. But then people started scrolling past ads more frequently. So
well, yeah, that's what happens.
Right. So they're trying to.
Make so you can't scroll past the ads.
No, they're trying to.
Make the ads look more
There's
shiny.
some websites that do that, where all of a sudden there's an ad in the way, and you're like, all right, back.
No, they're trying to offer a new service that will have a revenue source. So they're going to make a page on your Facebook where you can go and watch a show and then comment on it, so your friends can see your comments when they
See your
watch the
witty
show,
comments.
and then the shows will have ads in them like regular live TV does.
So it'd be like live tweeting a TV show that you're watching.
Yeah, they did compare it to Twitter, but you're actually watching it in the Facebook app, which I don't think you can do on Twitter.
Now, are they shows that are produced by Facebook or
Not
from other-
necessarily.
Okay.
They're buying the rights to shows that are
Okay.
on other networks, so that they can show them on their site.
Now they're not going to force you to watch these videos, right?
No, this will be something that you
So
intentionally
You don't have
navigate
to
to.
look like that DVD.
No, I'm just the diverging of the
Oh,
way to watch
They're getting-
shows.
it's getting diluted.
too wide, and so I'm gonna have to pay $10 a month for like 10 different services to get every show that I want.
Okay, so
yeah.
this is going to be supported by the ads, so that you won't have
It'll
to
be
pay
free?
for it,
All right, I'm down with that.
and it'll be a separate page on your Facebook that you don't have to navigate to, and it might get the ads out of your
The normal
whatever you scroll through when you're looking at posts.
Mhm.
wall. Is it called a wall?
I don't know.
I've heard the term wall before.
Barely use it, or I go on Facebook, but I just scroll through, and then I don't know how I'm doing stuff. I try to find pictures of things. Like I was trying to show somebody Master Zed's truck, and it was like just telling me, "Go click here," and this doesn't make any sense
Okay,
to me.
so
Well, you have turned 40, so
Well, no, GUI is no longer designed for me.
Yeah.
Graphical user interfaces.
oh, I'm like, gooey ducks?
Those aren't designed for me either.
have you tried one?
No. Are they good?
I haven't tried one.
I haven't either.
No thanks.
I know they
I'll
have a
decline.
festival half an hour or so from here.
The Gooey Duck Festival?
Yes.
I know that when I was doing a construction inspection at a prison close by, that the chief of a tribe was in prison for a gooey duck scandal, whatever that means.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm not sure how you do that.
I know that there's
Probably illegal selling of them, maybe.
somebody
Exportation.
that is a colleague from the East Coast, and whenever he has to come out here, he always brings some home with him,
Okay.
because I guess it's a West Coast thing.
Weird.
Zimbabwe.
Wait.
Are we going to get to Matthew writing this out later on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we are going to talk about something he tweeted, but we can talk about
Okay.
that too if you want.
All right.
Okay.
So is that-
Any other comments on that? I would like to just be able to watch stuff on my TV.
You can do that to your PlayStation 4.
I don't have a PlayStation 4.
You will do it to your PlayStation 3.
It can't show me what I want to watch, like college football games.
No.
Although last season they said that they were going to come out with a Watch ESPN app for the PlayStation 3 by the end of the season, and
They
guess
never
what
did.
they didn't do. So maybe this year.
I actually have a Vikings game. I'm going to start recording here at 10 p.m.
That's how I
Wow.
feel about my favorite football
After
team.
this.
Maybe this year.
There's a lot of
Their quarterback.
right now. They're having
Yikes.
like a
Good thing we
weird
have a good
PR
running
thing
back.
because they signed a certain quarterback instead of another certain Wayne Nevada quarterback.
Oh.
Because there's a guy that protested in the NFL, and because he's protested and got cut by the team he was on, now they're trying to make it because he's protesting, no one's signing him. I was like, well, that's probably part of it. 'Cause you don't want that kind of cancer in the locker room.
Yeah.
And I would say that Jay Cutler's a way better quarterback than Kaepernick ever could hope to be. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, and his best year of football was under Gase, who is the Dolphins head coach. So
And Kaepernick, all I needed to know if he's a good quarterback or not was when he was on the same team with Randy Moss, and Randy was in the end zone, and instead of throwing up the fade like Randy's been known for,
mhm.
he hit him in the feet. And Randy just looked at him like,
I don't catch with my feet.
That's right. My hands are up here, dude. I can jump out the gym.
This sports minute was brought to
Let's see
you
what's
by.
And that's Technergy.
Excellent. So in the news, part of the reason I was rolling my eyes as hard as I was, Disney has announced that after 2018 they're going to pull their show
I
or
saw
their stuff off of Netflix,
Oh, really?
so they can start their own paid streaming service.
So is this including all Star Wars? And...
They're not sure yet. This is definitely going to be like the cartoons and all the those type of, but they're not sure about Star Wars or
Aristocats and
Okay,
some other
so
things.
their viewership's just going to plummet.
right. Well, they've already experienced their sales plummeting, I guess, because
to put it on Netflix.
they put it on Netflix. People aren't buying their discs anymore.
Well, who buys this?
Well, they
anymore?
only...
I mean, a lot of these companies, everyone likes to talk about these big businesses and their greed. Well, I think some of the biggest greedy, huge corporations are entertainment ones who are more than happy just to roll their customers as much as they can, for as much money as they can, without giving them something new. At least George Lucas, he repackages and remasters things and gives you something different a little bit. You don't have to get those if you don't want.
Right.
Anyway, I'm just getting grouchy. Wow, I'm past 40.
He's an old man now.
Just give me all my shows on Amazon and Netflix. I don't have to buy 3 or 4 or 5. Looking your direction, NBC
Yeah, because you're already paying for 2,
or
right?
CBS. Which one's going to have the new Star Trek?
CBS. So what if they came out with like a bundle where you paid and you got Amazon, Netflix, Disney, so it would be like kind of like your satellite
Like a
or cable is
package?
now,
That's what it's going to end
but
up
it's
being.
all streaming. That's could, or you can, but then you have the option if you don't want all that, you can just get one.
And you can just
But
go back
the way
to
the companies are going to
1800s
try to
and
do
not
it,
watch TV.
they're going to try to spread around the quality shows to enough different things that they can get the price back up to where we used to be with when
Right.
cable was our only option.
Well, because they know that people are willing to pay that much for entertainment. So they're going to find a way to charge that much. I just have...
Well, the
Netflix.
problem is that now there's other ways people are doing things. The most pirated show in history is Game of Thrones.
Never seen it.
In fact, I don't know if you even know anybody that has HBO, or pays for each episode on iTunes or Amazon, but they have all seen the entire show.
I know 2 of my younger coworkers talk about it every week when it comes on. I don't know how they watch it, but
Ask them, just
I'm like-
curious. I'm curious.
spoilers! I've only read the first book.
I know, someone's like, you guys see what happened
Now I
in
know
season
who's not
7?
going to die
I
because
know.
I hear them talking about that.
Or I see like promos for the newest season. I'm like, oh, well, that guy's not dying. We'll talk about me watching it later. Yes.
All right. So what's your news?
Was that
So there was a lot of sightings of Bigfoot in North Carolina.
it? Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, for those that aren't in the know. I think Bigfoot's more of
I know. That was the joke.
a okay.
What's a Bigfoot? You mean one of them Sasquatch?
Sasquatches. But they do Affleck. Sasquatch.
It's a lottery scratch. I'll
Please
take it.
And a shaman came out and said that people probably saw him because he was wandering the woods, doing a
As they do.
as they do. I'm not sure why. It said why in the article, but
Shaman in North Carolina.
I can move any mountain.
I don't think it was
not
a
that
music group
shaman.
either.
Oh, okay.
But he was wearing like full body like furs, including on his face and stuff. And he came out and said that's why.
Please
people were
don't
seeing
shoot
that.
at me.
Well, the police officer or police department came out and said, please don't shoot Bigfoot if you see him. So it's probably just a friendly guy wandering around the woods in a monkey outfit, is what they said.
Please, friendly.
Although monkeys have tails, come on, do your homework.
Yeah, it would be an ape.
Or a gorilla. But that doesn't look like Bigfoot either.
Gorilla.
But then, so he came out with this, people were like, oh, well, that's all it was, it's this guy. And there's a funny picture, if you look it up, it's the face of this shaman in his skins. If that's Bigfoot, that's horrifying. It's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre of Bigfoot.
He massacred a Bigfoot family and wore their skin.
Yes.
Oh.
Which I think part of what he said was by dressing like that, he could actually commune with Bigfoot, maybe. Go look up the article, because I read it while I was sitting in the waiting room of the doctor's office, and
Wow.
don't remember too much about it. But I do remember that he got a backlash from some Bigfoot hunter groups that were out there. He's like, point breakdown with really bad grammar. First off, what we saw was 8 feet tall and stringy hair. Second off, we had, what do you say? It moved with something about faster than any human could move.
Oh.
And I was like, come on. Who do you have out there racing against it? Probably faster than the
You know,
overweight
everything
redneck.
I've heard about Bigfoot, nothing has been about how speedy they are.
It was
Well, why would they
typing
have
at
to be
over
fast?
200 words a minute.
That's right. It broke the speed of sound. It's Chuck Yeager in the flight.
Well, is he going to
Crack
fix
that
it?
whip.
Because we kind of need that.
He was flying a plane.
Bigfoot was flying a plane.
That's
Oh,
right.
no,
It was an
sound.
airplane.
Sound doesn't have a speed anymore because it was broken.
I broke the speed of sight.
Wasn't that broken like in the 30s or something?
He broke the speed of smell.
Thank
How fast does smell
goodness.
travel?
Probably depends on conditions.
So the speed of touch. I was thinking other senses. Oh, anyway. So the
What about
Bigfoot.
the speed of? Let's get on with it.
Now the three of us, I would say that I'm the
Speed of
biggest
the show.
believer in Bigfoot
You are the biggest?
of the three of us.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Since you guys don't
You're,
believe in
you're
all.
way bigger than me.
We're
And
about,
you
That's
the,
talking
believe-
bad.
we're about the
and you
same
believe
size. I
more.
think. Yes, you probably believe in Bigfoot more than me and him combined. So
Probably.
I have one in my basement.
you have a basement?
No, you don't.
You have a tent?
You guys got a tent? That's by
That's why
my
I think that's-
oh.
humor.
I guess believe from big or basements to tents, and I didn't follow.
Sorry.
It was a little bit of a
That's
stretch.
understand. I just spent 2 hours standing out in the heat.
It
Why
is
would
hot
you do
here.
that?
I went to get water, and my son had drank his water and all my water.
Oh, great.
So my wife hasn't been using the air conditioning in her pickup because it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So I went out there today with the gauge to see how much pressure it had and
Vanilla with the gauge.
hooked the gauge up,
Vanilla with the 9.
turned the truck
shame
on,
with
Here's the gauge. That's right.
and the pressure's like right in the perfect range. And I'm like, what the heck? And I look down and the compressor clutch is engaged. I'm like, it seems to be working. So I go around to the cab and I'm like, it's blowing cold. So I have to go in there and be like, your air conditioning's working.
You just say, I fixed it!
I should have said that.
Yeah.
Instead,
Gotta
I
look
said,
like a miracle worker.
it's probably
That's how
been,
I do it.
it's probably been working this whole time.
Don't say that. They get mad. It's like T. Vitty. We were in college before we were just dating, and her car sat in one spot for a week. And finally I said, well, I'll look at it. And I hopped in, started it up, and drove it away. She hit me when I got back. She was that
And
happy.
she never saw the car again.
That's right. I drove it into a Bigfoot convention. Too big for the keys.
In my basement?
I think we should do remakes of famous scenes from cinema, but with Bigfoot as the lead character.
Oh,
Like
that's a
Fast
good
and
idea.
Furious at the end, you know, when,
He gives him the keys.
yeah. Throws Bigfoot the
Well,
keys.
get a Bigfoot
Spoiler
costume.
alert.
Or hire that shaman.
Shaman.
Whatever.
We gotta kill a Bigfoot and skin it.
Oh,
Doesn't Garth Brooks have a song called Shaman? Oh, wait, that's Shameless. Never mind.
I don't know. All I know is that I'm starting to buy the new food product that this guy has, shaman noodles. And that's the news.
Alright, if you want to support the Enginerdy Show, go to theenginerdyshow.com and click on our Amazon link.
It's like the Ohio State
with a
news.
capital T.
You
There's
can
no
if you
T in
want.
Amazon.
No, I'm at the
Amazon.
Engineering Show.
Oh,
Amazon.
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 Or we have a t-shirt up there. It's the thumbs out.
Oh,
shirt.
yeah, I have one of those.
Wind out, thumbs up. I do too.
So here's the deal. It's on a white shirt. If you want it on a different color, let me
Like
know,
blue?
and I will
Email us at
send you a link for that color.
Can I get blue? Like Spock blue?
Do you want me to make one for you?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Let me think about it.
I can make one and put it up there for sale.
Okay.
And then
I might
Can I
buy
get a long sleeve one with like the
No.
the trip.
all right,
I
our
saw,
next,
I saw a Facebook meme that was like, I don't care how cool you are. You'll never be as cool as Spock leaning on a GTO.
Oh, I saw that too.
That's little boy leaning against the GTO. In black and white. It was awesome. It was true.
Weird.
And my T-Video requested a T-shirt that has a picture of a Dalek on it. It's like, oh my gosh, it's R2-D2 from Star Trek. She wants it.
Oh boy.
She didn't know what a Dalek was. And I said, it's from Doctor Who. She's like, what?
Who? What? No. Who?
Not Dr. What.
That's our fake sponsor next week. Dr. What? You won't understand any of
It's
this.
ambiguous.
All right, let's go on to consumption.
Alright, so I already talked about reading The Gunslinger and watching The Dark Tower.
Can I do a Doctor Who, it's Pat dash off?
You can now.
I watched a show with Jackie Chan in it called The Spy Next Door.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, yeah.
A long time ago with my kids. It's like a kid
It's
movie.
a kid's movie, definitely. But,
Did someone kill his uncle?
no.
Was there an uncle? He has a really good uncle.
Remember there being an uncle. But it's about this woman with 3 kids that is divorced.
You just described a bunch of movies.
And Jackie Chan plays the neighbor
It's like
who
the
is
pacifier with Vin
dating
Diesel.
this woman.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
But he's also a secret agent.
Secret agent.
And a lot of the
Asian man.
A lot of the drama in the movie
That's
revolves
awesome.
around the kids not liking him.
You're totally describing the pacifier.
I
Vin Diesel.
haven't
It's the
seen
same
that,
movie.
but it could be the same movie. Anyway,
Their Vin Diesel's bigger.
my 13-year-old daughter loved it. It was, I could tell she's really getting into it. But if you're older than 13, you may not enjoy it.
Well, mentally.
Jackie Chan movies can be hit and miss. So.
That's a good one.
Then I watched Inner Space
Ah.
with Dennis Quaid and
Robert
Martin
Picardo.
Short and Robert
Robert
Picardo.
Picardo.
Yes, which is
It's
funny
one
to
of the
see him
better-
with hair.
It's one of the better Martin Short movies, I would think.
And he's got an outrageous accent. Robert Picardo does.
Oh, good.
He's the one that plays the Doctor in the Voyager Star Trek
Is he like a
series.
Texan guy or something?
He plays the cowboy.
the cowboy.
And at one point,
Mhm,
Martin
that's right.
Short's face is rearranged to look like the cowboy.
Martin Short as Robert Picardo.
As the cowboy.
Yeah. And he wears boots.
Surprised they used footage of that for the Voyager TV show.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
I remember liking it a lot as a kid, and I still liked it. It's
I haven't seen it probably since I was a kid.
still kind of, yeah, same here. It still kind of holds up.
Good.
There were parts in it that I totally remembered from when I was a kid. So it's on Netflix right now.
Cool.
Excellent.
That's my. I should mention some podcasts I've listened to.
Go for it.
Span the Void.
Mhm.
I've been keeping up with them.
Mhm, that's right.
I'm a couple weeks behind.
Testify.
And of course the Mission Log podcast about the Star Trek
The
Do-
Star Trek.
with a capital T.
The Star Trek University.
The Star Trek.
They do an episode. They do a podcast for each episode of Star Trek, and they're
Oh,
in the
cool.
7th season of TNG right now.
How many seasons are there? 8?
7.
7?
They're
What are they
in the
going to do
last.
next?
I think they're doing Deep Space Nine next.
Ooh.
Oh, I'll have to watch those.
But
I
they'll
love
probably
Deep
do
Space
the
Nine.
next gen movies, and then.
Oh, right. I think Deep Space Nine is some of the best written Star
So
Trek.
they've been doing it for 5 years now, and it's probably going to take 10 or more years for them to finish.
Is everything still sexist?
Not as sexist as the original series. So, and then Bacon Sale. I've been listening to them. I'm not caught up with them, but I did listen to an episode they had where a friend of theirs that's a history major or had a history degree or something came
I'm
up
only a
with
history lieutenant.
American history quiz for the two of the hosts to go head to head with, and there was a lot of them like, I know the answer, and they just didn't. So it was kind of
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Ham Lincoln.
George Whiteham.
Here's all the podcasts I listen to.
Aww. I'm just telling you the ones I've been.
Bragger,
So-
bragger, bragger.
With me being out of town a lot lately and
Mhm.
busy doing other things,
That's
lately,
right.
I haven't been able to keep up on all the podcasts I usually do. So I picked just the 3 that I listen
I'm
to.
listening to 17,
Yeah.
but I am behind because
I'm watching
I
a lot
took
of
a lot of time off.
YouTube golf videos.
Okay. Well, let's do. Say Jimmy.
Okay, I read a book.
What?
What?
You can read?
You have a book?
It's called Ash. I think it was recommended by
It's
Rachel.
about Pokemon?
No, it's about a guy whose name is Ashley something.
Is it a
Is
boy?
a guy?
It's a dude,
I knew a dude named Ashley.
but he's a. It starts off he's a soldier in
World War II.
Iraq or Afghanistan. I
Not
can't
World War
remember.
II.
Iraq, Afghanistan.
No, he's-
during
it's
the war of
modern day.
1812. Oh.
World War One. That was weird. It wasn't about war at all.
But he sustains a head injury and can suddenly read people's minds.
Their minds?
Minds.
Minds.
Not their minds.
It's like, look, I can read this
everyone do
mind.
that? Just kidding.
So, yeah, it's really good. A lot of
I'm not an
action.
idiot. No.
He gets recruited by this government, shady government
Oh, we told
agency.
somebody?
Well, they
There's a
figured it
mistake.
out because they know of other people that can do it.
Oh,
Oh.
is he like Mel Gibson? He can read women's thoughts?
No, he can read everybody's thoughts.
Oh.
So he's a double Mel Gibson. Anyways,
It's like the man without a face.
he has
with
to
a face.
fight against another guy that can read minds.
Oh, do they read each other's
Is
minds?
his name Cole? Or
No, his name's not.
Fiery it is?
Yeah,
Flame.
but it was really good. I liked it.
Do they play cards?
The other mind reader can control people too. So
Ooh, like the Purple Man in Jessica Jones.
yes, yeah. So it was good.
You mean Doctor Who?
Yes.
Who? What?
David Tennant, your lookalike.
Yes.
I watched Kong Skull Island twice.
Isn't it good?
One day?
No,
It's
no,
so
2
good.
days. We
I
red
saw it in the
boxed
theater.
it and
Oh.
we kept it a second day
So
so we could
good.
watch it again. It
I like
was
it.
so
The
good.
helicopter battle?
Yes.
Oh
Awesome.
man,
Samuel L. Jackson?
so good. Watch it. It's better than it needs to
He's
be.
better than your face.
Better than the critics say it is.
Critics don't know what they're talking
And
about.
then we watched Logan.
That's
Logan's
good
Run?
also. I've seen it
It's
twice.
not Logan's Run.
Oh,
So I think I talked about that where I watched it and then T-Video said she wanted to watch it.
Oh yeah.
And then halfway through she's like, oh, I saw this interview with that girl's dad. I was like, oh.
Well,
yeah.
we liked it. It's about Wolverine, but he's old, and he's got
Now
to
he's a badger. Oh.
save this. He's got to save.
Wolverine's turn into badgers when they age, right?
He's a buddy badger.
It's kind of a post-mutant world. Like he's one of the last mutants,
Yes.
and
Mutants.
So there's no blue-eyed people anymore?
hey,
You're a mutant.
don't you have blue eyes?
Yes, I'm a
Oh,
mutant.
I get they're both mutants.
Blue eyes are a mutation.
Anyways,
Oh, we don't talk as much?
Logan's really good.
Hey,
It's very
that is close
violent.
to home.
Mutation?
I watched Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country.
Did they discover it finally?
Yes, at the end. It's good.
Does that Renee
to be-
Auberjonois in it?
Or not to
Yes. So it's got all these classic Star Trek lines that I remember
Mm-hmm.
from as a kid. And
be? Kick him in the knee.
it's funny because they were filming The Next Generation at the time that movie was made.
Oh yeah, Michael
So-
Dorn's in it.
A lot of the scenes, like sets, are from the Enterprise D, but they've like
Mm-hmm.
refurnished them to so
And the pink blood floating around.
That
yeah.
was
The
cool.
reason they did that was so that it wouldn't be rated R.
Right.
Which I thought was weird. Because in none of the other Star Trek movies or shows do Klingons have that color blood.
Right.
It was just that ship with Klingons.
And it made it, when they kill
Like
the
having blue
assassin
eyes,
at the
mutation.
end, it made it so they could tell he wasn't really a Klingon. Because
The
he
blood?
was,
So, right.
yeah, the blood.
The
So
blood's not pink.
it worked into the plot. But that's
Oh,
one of my
It was Mauve blood.
favorite Star Trek movies of all time.
isn't it Mog the
Mauve.
name of Worf's dad or something?
Mode.
Moog. There you go.
Logie.
Mog
So-
was from Spaceballs.
Michael Dorn plays Worf's ancestor in that movie.
His great aunt.
Barf.
Barf. He's a mog.
By the way,
There you go.
I don't know why the Federation people can't take me seriously.
It's really good, and I managed to talk my wife and her parents into watching Generations with me, so we started it
Oh, it's
last
been a
night.
long time since I've seen that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while.
That's where Troy crashes it into the planet, right?
That's when the guy's trying to catch the ribbon.
Oh, spoilers!
I've seen it.
And Kirk dies. Spoilers!
Again.
And again, and again. Oh, wait.
Anyways,
Groundhog Day for
yeah,
Kirk. Dying.
my in-laws weren't really understanding what was going
Oh.
What is happening?
on.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
Why's the guy have bumps on his head?
Well, it's like it combines the original Star Trek crew with the new ones,
I
and
said, why?
I think they were expecting to see Chris Pine.
Oh,
Oh,
not
we said the
those
new
new
one?
ones.
not the new
The
new.
super ancient ones and the old ones.
Well, and
combined.
then
The
and
one
then
where it
it's-
used to take him time to go distance in space.
it's showing because at the beginning it's the Enterprise B, and Kirk is retired, but he's just there for like its maiden voyage, and this other guy's the captain. And
Mhm.
my mother-in-law is like, I thought Picard was gonna be in this. She's like, why is that guy the captain? And she's like, he'll show up later. But anyways, it's good. And then while Mrs. Jimmy was out of town, I watched the first two Saw
I was
movies.
like,
Oh, you saw? Saw?
I've seen them before.
You
They're
saw
on
them?
Amazon Prime.
Ew.
I haven't seen any of the 3 through 7 or whatever, but
So were they hilarious?
7?
they were quite amusing, yes. Carrie Ellis is in the first one.
I know that he thinks horror movies are funny.
These are more
They
gore movies,
are.
aren't they?
It's not
They're
scary.
horror movies.
Isn't it like psychological, like
It's psychological thriller, like
gore movie?
not thriller.
That's like
Bloodfest.
Suspense.
the sequel to the Al Gore
It's-
movie.
It's not the kind of movie I'm interested in.
It's
That-
interesting.
We're allowed to like different things.
The second one has Donnie
We are.
Wahlberg in it.
Oh yeah, the guy from
Doesn't one of them have
Hands
Michael
on the Block.
Emerson in it?
Yes, he's in the first one.
Who?
Oh, He played in
the other
Lost.
boss,
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Michael
Michael
Emerson.
Emerson.
Oh, okay. They
And
said
then-
Michael Anderson. I was like,
In
Mr. Anderson.
Oh, in the second one is also a character from that TV show Continuum, I think.
Oh yeah,
The kid that's like
Oh,
the
the
head of
kid.
the company.
right.
He's Donnie Wahlberg's son.
Okay,
So pretty good.
excellent.
That's all I've got.
So T-Video ran out of shows to watch,
Uh-oh.
and
Well,
so I actually recommended a show to her called Dexter.
Dexter's Laboratory?
It's not Dexter's Laboratory, although he does have a laboratory. It's long story short, it's about a serial killer who works as a what they call the forensics guy for the police department, but he kills other serial killers. So he's kind of got a code where it only kills other killers.
Are there that many serial killers?
There's in this show.
Oh, okay. So it's an alternate
A lot of it, there's like
Yeah,
usually
like
a
the
main
alternate
serial killer
universe.
that he's against.
Are
Well,
they
you don't
mutants?
know that there's that many serial killers if there's somebody killing them. If they don't ever get caught.
Oh.
But it'll set up like one main villain he's fighting against for the season.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
it took her maybe a week to get through to season 5.
Are you guys
She loves
related
it.
somehow? Oh.
Yes, we are. It's marriage.
Oh, through marriage?
She's my wife-in-law.
Okay. I'll buy it.
You don't want something other than that.
Okay.
Anyway, she likes it.
Illegal wife.
So I only watched season 1.
Oh, you did?
I did.
So she far surpassed
But,
you.
oh yeah, but I caught in an episode or two. I'll go downstairs and she'll be watching it.
So we have the wrong season listed in the notes.
No.
Oh, he doesn't like my spoonerism.
That's funny.
I like your spooners.
That's funny.
Well, he said it. I just typed it.
Oh,
Did I say
okay.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is
So-
for your next consumption.
So I
Alright.
happened to sit down while she was watching the penultimate episode of season 5,
Oh.
and then actually might have been the one before that also.
The semi-penultimate.
Semi-penultimate.
Is this on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got to the end of the penultimate one, and it's set up. I mean, you could tell the next one's like the last one
Mm-hmm.
of the season. So it's kind of cliffhanger-ish, and
The ultimate.
she was getting ready to start another one. I was like, it is 11:30. and I know you're on summer break, but I am not. So I had to go to bed. So I
So is
got
this
her to actually
a
switch.
police procedural type show?
Kind of, yeah,
Okay.
but with serial killer in there. In fact, this past one or season 5 has the girl from what's that Matt Damon?
I just thought of another movie I watched.
The Matt Damon thriller where he's
Martian?
no,
Interstellar?
no, the one where he's like a spy that gets his memory.
Oh,
Born Identity.
Born Identity.
Yeah, it's the blonde lady that's one of the people trying to get him. And the season before that had John Lithgow in it
Oh,
as the bad guy.
Mr. Henderson himself.
Yes.
There's something on the
so
wing.
It's really well written. I like it a lot.
Next.
I don't have to go back and watch the film all the blanks because there's a lot of spoilers I've gotten
Oh, okay.
from watching season 5. Then I watched, this is the first movie I ever watched on Netflix, back when they did streaming, the first streaming one I watched.
Oh.
And it took me 5 hours with really poor quality. But it was Hunt for October. I watched it again. It's on Amazon.
Oh, I love that.
Are you
movie.
sure it's not the
It's
Run
really
for
good.
Head October?
All the problems, I've had problems in the past, or I thought I did, with the way some of
Starring
the stuff,
Gates McFadden.
where some of the stuff looked. But then I realized the stuff that we were seeing that looked weird was like this Russian submarine that was made up. So
Yeah.
the actual other submarine looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite movie.
And I really like the captain of the Dallas.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's
Bartman
cool,
Crusoe.
And the guy from Jurassic Park is in it. Dinosaur guy.
Thompson.
No. The dinosaur doctor guy.
Oh,
The
yeah.
guy that looks like a velociraptor. Can't not say
Grant,
velociraptor.
Dr. Grant?
Yeah, Dr. Grant is in it. And a bunch of other people are famous. Then I watched, a good show called Last Chance U. It's a documentary. No.
Us?
So it's a documentary about a community college in eastern Mississippi. I think it's called Eastern Mississippi Community College, EMCC. And it follows that football team. Well, the football team is made up of a lot of players that either didn't get good enough grades out of high school to go to a Division I school, or had gone to a Division I school and screwed the pooch on something. Either got caught with like drug things, or one guy just got sick of being a backup and yelled at his head coach and ended up leaving. But for a community college, these players are way better athletes than you should have at a community college. And the documentary takes place in a season when they won the last 2 national championships.
Oh,
for
so
the
it's like
community
a
college.
true story?
Yeah, that's a documentary.
Oh.
So it follows the team that the 2 previous teams, I think they were on a 24-game win streak.
Wow.
And were just dominating. And the community college, the ranking system, the difference in score makes a difference. So they run the score on purpose on people if they can. Like winning 70-0 things. And it's very interesting because one of the main characters or main people that's involved in the story is a lady that her job is basically to try to get the kids eligible to play football. So she has little teaching moments where she's trying to get the kids to learn how. She said all these kids don't. Yeah, how to study. She provides pencils and stuff if they need it. A lot of it takes place in her office while she's like hanging out and talking with players, and she's keeping track of them because there's only a certain number of absences you can get, and if you get dropped from a class, I guess after a certain number of absences, the teacher will just drop you. You're done. You've pretty much thrown away any football career you have.
Wow.
I think this community college has 9 NFL players that went through this community college in the NFL, and most Division I schools have an average of 7, like big ones. In fact, a Vikings right tackle that just retired went through there. I just found out. But some of these kids are like, "What are you doing?" Like she found out this whole like 4 or 5 guys had this English paper that was due, and the teacher already gave them an extension, and they weren't going to meet it. So she rounded them all up, took them into like a computer room, and got one of the coaches to walk behind them and like coach and badger them to get them to finish their papers.
Wow. Like they have no sense of.
Yeah, they have no skill to do anything. This one guy got hurt, and the running back, the coach was like, "Well, I'm going to sit you probably for a week or 2, and just being out of the games for 2 weeks, he was ready to quit.
Huh.
I'm like, if you just make it through this, there's a possibility of an NFL career for
Right.
you, where there's a big, huge paycheck.
They can't see more than 2 weeks down the road.
Right. Which is too
Weird.
bad, but it's a very good look into how this whole college football system works to try to help kids that this might be the only shot to get advanced in life as far as they can.
Right, because if they can't do that, then they're probably not going to be able to succeed in a regular
Because
job.
D1 players, if they don't pan out in the NFL, most of them have a good degree that
Right,
moves them on into something that's
insurance sales or something.
right, or
Airline pilot or something.
football coach. One of my favorite linebackers from my school is now the position or defensive coach for my school, which is awesome. So check it out; it's really good.
I've heard of it.
There is some foul language. Their head coach,
What are they,
Is-
the Ducks?
yes, their head coach is not very happy a lot of the times
Oh.
when he expresses himself, and the way that he tears down the team is very interesting.
Okay.
But this is a school also, I guess when they first started, they had a coach that there's a statue of, that this coach was like the hardest nosed coach of all time. In an era where people were wearing helmets and face masks, this team did not wear face masks. And they had like, I think the logos of skull and crossbones. Is what they very intimidating. He said one time there was an airplane flying over and he like had a rifle he picked up and was shooting in the air and saying it was another team trying to spy on his practice.
Wow.
And he got punished one time for storming onto the field, where the next game they made him sit in a chair on the sideline where he couldn't be on the field. This is that old school coach.
Mhm.
It's good. Check it out. It's really good. I watched the first season.
We're not surprised.
Then I watched a comedy special with Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy.
Get her done.
I watched it twice. I watched it once by myself, and then I told
Uh-huh.
my wife about it. She watched it. She likes it.
Might be a redneck if you say get her done.
I don't think he did any redneck jokes. He didn't have this. Well, I told her about it because Jeff talked about this when he got a kidney stone,
Mhm.
and it was hilarious. And my wife went through that, so she thought it was really funny.
He's moved on to other colors of necks.
That's right. Blue necks.
There might be a green neck. I don't know. If you don't shower in a really long time.
I don't like Larry the Cable Guy. He's funny. Then I watched this TV show called Stand Ups, where it takes some lesser known comics, and every episode has one doing their routine. Some of them were skip worthy. Some of them go down trails. You're like, no, I don't go watch that garbage. Just next one. And then I watched a show called Ghost Whisperers, which is same universe as Ghost in the Shell.
Oh,
Which I watched that before. I don't think I talked about it, but I watched it before I watched Ghost in the Shell. Which then Ghost in the Shell set up some characters that were portrayed. I don't think it's the exact same universe as the movie, but some of the same characters are there. Which is
interesting.
That's it.
Okay, so I want to go back and talk about
Oh.
a movie I watched that was really good that I forgot to put on here. So this was on Amazon. I kept seeing it, but just from the picture, it didn't interest me
The Christmas
until
movie?
I stopped on it and read the blurb, and I was like, oh, this actually looks good. It's called The Girl with All the Gifts,
You're the mean one.
and it's a
Girl.
zombie movie.
Really?
And it's about these kids that are born from zombie mothers. And so most of the time they're normal kids, but then if they are hungry and they smell a human, they go all zombie. And it's really good.
Okay.
I recommend it if
Not
you're into
funny?
zombies.
If you're not into zombies,
Skip it.
okay. I'm not into zombies. Sorry.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't like it then. But if you're into zombies, it's a really good one.
I was the kind of person that watched The Walking Dead in spite of there being zombies in it.
Just because, oh, zombie part. Skip.
Fast forward. Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, there is, I mean, the non-zombie storyline in this is really good.
Okay.
There was another one I was going to watch because it had, I think it was one of the guys from Lost. The guy that was an engineer that built the boat from Lost.
Michael.
whatever his name was.
Fassbender.
And he's like on the cover of the movie, and he like dies in the first episode. I was like, bait and switch. Not
Yeah.
watching.
All right, let's go on to nerd cred.
Excellent.
All right, so I was looking through an old box of stuff that I got from my parents like a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, a box of stuff from my childhood, and I found some house plans that DVD and I made up when we were kids.
Nice. I should take them and make 3D models of them now.
It's
Each bedroom had its own hot tub,
Of course.
Nice.
Why wouldn't it?
and we invented a TV room that was a circular room with a chair in the middle, and I think it was the television show was projected on 360 degrees of the walls, but each room had one of those too.
That seems really impractical.
Well,
Well, and the thing that you
Just
probably
spins you all the way
didn't
past
realize
the
is that if you need multiple rooms, that means that some of the people living there are probably kids,
right.
and your kids don't need a hot tub in their
Yeah,
room.
they do. We
Well,
thought
when we were kids, we thought everyone should have a hot tub. in
Right,
their
but
room.
as an
Right.
adult,
Right.
you want
Looking back as an adult, I'm like, my kid would drown in there.
oh, the nursery, it's got a in-floor hot tub.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Anyway, I almost brought it tonight, but then I forgot.
I should show you. I have our old briefcase from when we were kids.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Awesome. And then, okay, so I don't know if I talked about this on the show years ago, but there was at one point that I was trying to find a word that rhymed with hungry that described the opposite. I came up with surfety.
Right.
Well, I was with my kids this past weekend, and I brought that up, and I mentioned I've never had. I was also trying to find a word for when you feel like you need to use the bathroom, but without using all the euphemisms and stuff, and I never could find one. Well, my son came up with one that I kind of liked. He said, "Bladderful." Like, I'm bladderful. I thought, yes, that's
pretty
actually
good.
pretty good.
That's really good.
So I'm going to start putting that into conversations.
Ooh,
Because if you think
bladderful.
about it, the act of relieving yourself has a lot of euphemisms attached to it.
Yeah.
Going to the bathroom.
Drop the kids off the pool. No, it's a different one.
Yeah. Powdering your nose for
Oh,
girls.
Going
Like,
to see a man about a horse.
yeah. Taking
Don't
the leak.
understand.
Draining lizard.
I don't
Yeah.
see a leak. Oh,
Yeah.
that's from first contact.
But even bathroom itself is a euphemism. Even the
I'm
word
going-
toilet is a
Going to
euphemism.
the toilet.
Because toilet used to just be,
Yeah. The
I don't know, something you did at the
personal.
sink. Yeah, personal hygiene type stuff.
Toilet.
I'm going to use the urinal.
Now, if you say I'm
It's
going
like
to use
toilet
the
water.
crapper, then
Toilet water is not the water in the toilet. That's like
Yeah.
cologne.
anyway, that's my nerd cred.
Weird. No, I was
It's nerd cred, not weird cred. Come on.
I was still talking
Oh, okay.
about what DVD was saying about the toilet water.
Okay,
I
don't have anything.
got our
okay.
website working.
It's good.
Didn't you called me.
To
Or
ask
did
you
you
if-
text me?
No, I called you
Oh, you called me.
to ask you if making it theenginerdyshow.com was better than making it like enginerdyshow.net or something.
Yeah, you called me when I was at church, and luckily my class ended a few minutes early.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize what time you went to church.
Yeah, I go pretty late.
Okay. I'll try not to call you at church anymore.
That's okay. I wouldn't have answered it if it had been disrupted.
Well, I called DVD, but it went straight to voicemail.
That's because it's my new phone.
Oh,
That's what it
weird.
does.
Huh?
Because I
You get texts?
yeah, it came to me and I was like,
10 minutes
That's
later.
weird.
I said, TV, call me. She tried calling me, went to voicemail.
She was
So I
like,
tried calling her.
DVD, call me.
Tried calling her to do the same thing while we were starting the same thing.
Oh,
I'm like, oh no.
All right, what's your nerd cred DVD?
So at the behest of St. Jimmy, I've been working on an Enterprise Millennium Falcon mashup.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier in the
The
show.
Enterprise Falcon, or Millennium Prize.
Sounds interesting.
Millennium
Prize.
or Enter Falcon.
Interlenium Falcon Prize.
So I think I might be going a little bit overboard with it.
NCC 1.
What? You go
I
overboard?
might just
something?
go to a sketch and then turn that sketch into a line drawing instead of doing a 3D model of.
You're doing it the fun way, though. Admit it.
Yeah, this is gonna take a while that way. And then I'm working out. I'm in the works of redesigning my entire car stereo system, including my subwoofer enclosure and getting my amps. And I got cables now. And I got quality cables this time, so it's just grounding from what I had.
Nice.
So it should be awesome, ready
So
to go.
now it will play in English and French.
Well, for a while I've just been have two subs back there, but because of the RCA connections being loose, either in the amp or in my cables are crappy, it only one of them's been working.
So now only half the neighborhood can hear your stereo system.
Right, I need everyone to hear it. No, because I am smart and I don't leave my stereo loud when I'm pulling up to my house. I don't advertise where I live.
That's a good idea. Because then people are like, oh, that's where the stereo equipment is at.
I also drive really slowly when I'm pulling my street.
Because you hate people that drive
'Cause
super
you're-
fast down your street.
I do.
Lying to your neighbors about your true nature.
I am.
He's hiding his true
As
nature
we
from
all
the
should.
neighbors.
Well, a lot of my neighbors are, when I come home from work, are out on their porch just sitting there.
At least
Weird.
St. Jimmy's neighbor doesn't talk to
Well,
me anymore.
So when you have a neighborhood that's brand new, that's built right next to a school,
Did he move?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I saw my new neighbor twice.
Oh. Yeah, St. Jimmy had this neighbor that somehow would always be outside when I pulled up to St. Jimmy's house, and he would talk to me like we were friends, and I was like,
He was a very friendly guy.
Don't talk
he
to
also did that to me.
He was
Okay.
But I talked to him back.
he's a
and said,
lawyer.
oh, well, I gave very short
The new one or the
replies.
old one?
The old one.
So he likes to talk.
Yeah,
That's
he's a
different
talker.
than me.
As soon as they take a neighborhood that is brand new when it's built right next to a school,
Oh, yeah.
then people buy brand new houses that have elementary school age kids.
Yes.
When your house is built in 1970,
Uh-huh.
all those kids grow up and leave, and then it leaves all their parents who are still old if they haven't sold their house.
What
and moved away.
happens to the kids that are born in the 80s?
They also grow up and move away.
Oh, weird.
And they grew
So a lot of my neighbors are old, I'm saying.
Oh, wait.
Retired folk.
Uh-huh.
So they sit out on the porch, that's what they do.
Fun.
But there's no TV out there.
You watch the people go by. Hello, the crap thing about
But
being
what if they try to talk
right
to
next to
you?
an elementary school in the summertime is teenagers aren't in school, and so they just stay up really late. And last night, we almost had to call the cops on some kids that were at the school yelling obscenities at 12:30 at night,
Nice.
which is fun. And it's not something you want to go yell at from your own house, because they then know where you live.
Go
And
to your neighbor's house.
I thought about getting like a really bright spotlight, one of those million camel power ones, and just come screeching into the parking lot with it flashing.
Just dress like
But that's
Slenderman.
like
Oh, that's a good idea. Or
a
get
clown.
playthrough.
I think other people have had this idea already.
But not in my hot town. I haven't heard of that.
That's true.
Actually, I did hear that. Some middle school kids were talking.
Oh, weird. Those are weird.
Scary. You guys gonna watch It?
Heck yeah.
My friend keeps on
I
making me
think
watch. Have you
I've
seen the
read
new?
book.
Have you seen the new It trailer? I'm like, no,
think
I
it's
don't
gonna
want
be
to.
hilarious.
He doesn't want to either. He doesn't
It's
like.
got clowns.
He doesn't like scary
I know,
things.
right?
So we're sitting in this queue with earphones on the beach, watching this thing where neither one of us want to watch.
The book is really good.
Yes, you should read the book.
It has a stuttering guy
look.
in it.
I don't like horror movies, but the book was awesome.
Yeah, there's hardly any like giant spider things.
Don't listen to him.
I'm not scared of giant spiders. The smaller the spider, the scarier for me.
Uh,
So you can get places and you don't see them.
Like inside your eyeball. But you might see him then.
Maybe.
what do you think those floaty things you see are?
Spider webs. Shit.
I wonder if those are like,
Tiny spiders.
it's actually like a, what do we call that? Migraine. But
Scars from looking at the sun.
No, sometimes you see things floating
Apparently,
down in your vision.
if you look at the sun for a split second, you could go blind. That's what I'm hearing on the news. So I figure I've been lucky the
But
last.
wait, you're covering part of it up.
Well, that's. I think what the problem is there's really stupid, idiotic people that will just stare at it, and so they're making it sound like even glancing at it is going to kill your eyes. So don't even chance it.
Unlike normally, this sun will actually blind you if you look at it.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something.
I glance at the sun all the time, but
I
I
saw
know.
something that said like even welding goggles aren't enough. I'm like, what?
You won't see anything with the welding goggles.
Well, that's the idea. You can't. You want something that's so dark you can't see anything unless you're looking at the sun. That's what I read.
We bought special glasses for it.
Oh, I'm just gonna go
I
outside
think
my
it might be
building and-
cloudy, so I'm not going to go buy something that may be useless.
My family's going
I'll look
to
at pictures of it
going
later.
to 100% eclipse area.
Yeah.
Without me.
Um,
And
My wife was like, we're busy. We're not going to go.
and my youngest.
I was like, good.
yeah,
But I read somewhere that it's going to be like over 90%
Yeah,
Right.
it's,
We're
here, so that's plenty.
yeah, so I go on vacation into actually the zone where it's going to be 100% a couple days after the eclipse.
yeah.
My daughter is trying to convince me that we should go a couple days early, and I'm like, okay, first of all, this and all these scheduling problems and things. And I'm like, what do you think? My life revolves around the sun? And I'm like, wait a second. maybe
Well,
it.
and there should be so many people.
yeah.
Well, part of my reason my wife's going
For
there
2 minutes
is
of
for
something.
the eclipse, and a part of it is to help our mother set up for a certain event.
Are they going to be charging an arm and a leg for eclipse watchers?
They are.
Awesome.
The campground is going to be like $300 a night for tent campers.
Yeah. I was talking
Suckers.
to our uncle about it when we were down there.
Smart. It's
Yeah,
called
it is smart.
capitalism.
Capitalism.
Capitalism?
That's something else.
I don't want to be licking Kaepernick.
That's when you're too bad of a thrower that you have to try to run it all the time.
No.
Mm.
All right, our final segment is feedback. We got a new like on our new website from
Ooh,
Tammy Twinkle, a British gal.
awesome. We like British
Thank
people.
you.
Does she know?
I don't know. I didn't do that much research
How do
into
you
her.
how do you say thank you in British? Just kidding. I know it's unpronounceable by American
Yeah, I
tongues.
can't make that sound with my
I
face.
can't either. I
And
don't think my tongue has the proper articulation.
we got
of it.
an email. It was an automatic reply from LFG that he's out of office.
Yes, I saw that.
So,
Thanks, LFG.
good to know when you're not in the office.
I think that's because of the engineered letter.
It is.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. I thought that was funny though. I was like, oh, we got
Give me your work email from that.
an email from LFG.
It's funny.
And on Facebook, a friend of Mr. Pold's named Matthew B commented on the picture that he posted of him. Where did I post that?
You posted
You
it.
posted
Was the
it.
show.
Oh, it
Like
was the
picture
show
for
art.
the show
Master Pold. Mr. Pold
promotion.
posing in front of a black and white picture background of the
I was sitting on the
crew.
Enterprise chair.
It was very sexist.
And he
What was?
Yeah, I only had one woman in it.
anyways, the comment was that
So I plugged the USB device in.
you should have taken the picture in black and white so that you
Oh.
matched the
I don't know
background.
how to do that.
You
With,
could change it to black and white after you take it.
can you? Well, why didn't you do that, St. Jimmy?
Yeah, you take paint and just get black and white.
Didn't feel like it.
Oh.
We got a new
It doesn't matter if it's black or white.
person liked our Pinterest pin,
Yes!
Jeremiah
Wow.
W. So
I forgot, no celebration on this side of the room.
yeah, we got a lot of Twitter action. Neil said, "Hey guys, regarding Doctor Who, I was hoping for Richard
That
Ayoade
would've been
as
awesome.
the
Yes.
13th Doctor, but Jodie Whittaker is a great actress, so here's hoping it works." And then he's got
Mom saying
Moss
floppers.
saying ploppers on from the IT crowd.
That's how you say thank you, right?
That's my favorite
Oh,
character.
that's thank you in British.
That's my favorite character from IT Crowd.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's Moss. And then
the CPOC.
Matthew wants to know how you can tell if it's a mail plane, which we all know.
Watch Three Amigos.
Yes, you have to watch Three Amigos to get that one.
We had a plane fly really low over the barbecue
Yeah,
at
oh,
LFG's
geez.
house.
It was
crazy.
really low.
Weird.
It's like 20 feet.
Well, that is out kind of towards the airport-ish.
And
50
we,
feet.
of course, Stevie and I both said, "That's a mail plane." And then T-Vinny's like, "There's nothing hanging down. I think that's."
I think that's
Like, oh, got us there.
Matthew also outed our real location
Oh
on
yeah,
Twitter
Matthew. What,
Well,
what's
now
up with that?
you
for
just
everybody to
I
see.
think you just
And
outed us actually.
And he made me talk to another podcast against my will. No, it was fine. They're from Seattle too, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are.
I think in Britain they pronounce it Seattle.
Seattle.
I don't know. That's not where we're from, though. We're from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
That's a long-running inside joke. So
Let's see where they said they were from. Oh, we also got invited by
It's fun to say.
Girls Gone Geek to do a live podcast from the filming of their show G3 Assemble.
Where are they at?
Well, I asked them. I was like, well, we can talk about it. Where are you at? And then I looked, and it says on their Twitter, they're from West Hollywood, California.
So like a
Are they
20-hour
paid for us
drive.
to go down?
Probably not.
I can't afford it.
I was like,
Not with money.
I haven't
but time
replied
off.
since then, but I'm
Oh.
like, well, thanks for
I think it's funny the
offering,
person
but
that chance to chat with other people is their least chatty.
I know.
well, that's
I
why
like don't even go
Okay.
on Twitter anymore.
if you tweet to us and you don't get a good response, it's because I'm the one in charge of doing that, and I'm
If
not
you get a
good at
response and
it.
you don't get it, it's probably some obscure pun, and it's me on it.
Well, I've probably typed multiple responses and deleted them because I thought they sounded stupid.
Well, we were doing some drills where we're trying to get the players to pop us, so they're doing offensive line
Just sign it the
handwork. I said, now we want to. One of the coaches was like, we want a good pop here, and I was like, but no diet pop. One of the girls on the two like rolled her eyes.
Nice.
So that's a dad joke. It's like,
You
I
have
have
that
kids.
effect on women
Like,
of
have
all
you-
ages.
Spend any time around me. It's not a dad joke. It's a TV joke.
I think I'm the funniest coach.
But looks aren't everything.
That's a
These are
good.
smells.
He's funky.
If you want to contact us, send an email to engineryshow@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Twitter.
Just search for Enginerdy Show. You can comment on our new website, I think.
Comment.
The engineerdyshow.com.
I should probably
Oh, Enginerdy
make sure
Show.
there's a comment feature.
I haven't seen them in the
These guys
website.
must be near us. Look at all the smoke.
Oh, yeah, it's
Very
very
smoke screen
smoky.
from Canada.
Thanks, Canada. Can't believe you have such fires that it gets all in Zimbabwe.
Oh, did you hear that Greenland's on fire?
What?
That was Redland.
No, they're
Hey, there's
thinking.
me.
Scientists are thinking that the
There's me again.
heat in the ground is too dry right now, and so it's catching on fire.
Oh, Pete. I said heat.
Peat.
Heat in the ground
Heat
is
and
very
repeat.
dry. Went to a bar. Pete came out.
I can't
Heat and
remember
repeat
what
with
I
the
was
Greenland.
looking for. Oh, is there a comment?
Comment section.
I might have to get. Apparently not. Okay.
I guess you can't comment on
I
our
will
website.
have to do that. I need to make a list of things.
Go on
that I need
Facebook
to
to
do.
comment.
Yeah.
More likely
Or
to,
Twitter. Twitter.
to get talked about.
Okay, Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude Duvidy.
You can support the show by going to theengineerdyshow.com and clicking on our Amazon.com link to do your Amazon shopping. It doesn't cost you any extra, and it gives us a little cash. You can also buy a t-shirt. I'm planning on putting up some new t-shirts soon.
Okay, when we break into my archive, we've got some pictures.
Well, yeah, I want to get some pictures
Sure,
from
yeah.
you, and then I'm going to probably get one that just says The Enginerdy Show.
Oh yeah, those are good.
So, let me know what colors, because this site we go through, I have to pick the color
Blue and like black. Those are my two favorites.
initially, but then if you want it in a different color, you have to tell me so that I can tell them
Hmm.
to
I
put it.
kind of miss our old one where you can pick.
I
one
know,
color,
but
but they
maybe
didn't work.
I will try, because with their new website, maybe I can get it working.
Oh yeah, that could
Oh.
be.
So if I go back to the other one, then you can pick your own color
And size.
and nose. Anyways, thank you for listening this week. Stay nerdy.
Live long and nerdy.
You have it and always shall be my nerds.